I'll be reacting to Harem in the Labyrinth of Another World, episode 9. I will be reacting to its uncensored version, but before I do that, let me just go on Crunchyroll's website and I will place a like on their newest episode, which currently their episode has 1.2k likes, so I'll give them an extra like, and they have 84 dislikes, so I'll give them another like. And now that I've got that settled, I'll be starting my reaction in 1, 0, and go. Oh, hell yeah. I just wonder how it's going to start out this time. Yeah, I don't mind this one bit. And it's nice to finally get to see them wake up in their own bed, too. Without having to worry about people potentially interrupting their fun time. Hell yeah, the dream! Woo! Yes. I mean, you could say by technicality this isn't the degenerate lifestyle. I mean, they're both adults that consent to this relationship. Is it just me? Or did it look like Roxanne, she longed for more fun time? Oh, she's getting a little bit more thirstier. Not that I mind that. Not that I mind that one bit. Now, here's the thing. I know that our boy has more people in his harem, but here's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that they don't introduce the rest of his harem. If they do introduce another harem member, it's one more, because here's the thing. If they introduce every harem member in this single core, the pacing is going to be extremely rushed. They're not going to give time for any of the new girls to breathe narratively. And it's going to feel like they're introducing girls just for the sake of introducing girls. I've read around some people want to see all of his harem introduced before the season ends. I kind of hope that's not the case, because if they do that, it's going to be probably rushed. Like most harem anime. I'm not saying all of them are rushed, but most of them are. Hope they just focus in on our girl. Maybe introduce one other girl. And then just let its fate be decided by anime fans. And if it gets another season, then it can introduce the rest of the girls. Hope it does that much more riskier but organic approach. So yeah, well, just my thoughts on that situation for those of you wondering what's my stance on that. Look at that sheep creature. I mean, it looks kind of cute though, but cute and creepy simultaneously. Damn. Not that I feel bad for them though. As long as our boy and his girl are doing A-okay, anything else is fine by me. Okay, then. Whoa, I'm pretty sure I was going to find a way of surpassing that, though. Hey, it ain't like they're in a rush, though. I mean, as long as he takes his time leveling up slowly but surely, he can get there eventually. At least that's my thoughts on the whole thing anyway. I just like when that thing is opening, it feels, at least to me, a little bit ominous. Kebab sounds like some kind of food, though. He doesn't look that strong, but then again, I mean, I guess you could say looks can be deceiving. That's so cute. That's actually kind of cute. You can tell that he, somewhere deep down, he feels a little bit of pity for it. Just a teeny bit, though. Huh. Ha! Oh, man. No, I kind of wanted to see them keep on going. You know what? In the situation that they're in, I would rather be disappointed than pleasantly surprised, because if I were in this dangerous place, I'd rather have Easyville. 3 episodes left? Huh. Yeah, that means, Daniel Witz, that if they do introduce more girls, they wouldn't have enough time to introduce the most harem. At best, they can only introduce one girl while still making it seem organic. If they introduce the whole load, that's going to be some bad writing. If it only has 3 episodes left. I hope this ends up being a series that's like secretly a 2-core series, and maybe they'll announce an extra set of episodes when the season ends. I'm crossing my fingers for that because I want to see more of this series. But again, I'm not going to hold out my hopes for that because the odds of that are low. But the optimist in me wants to see more, though, Daniel Witt. So I'm really optimistic. I can only hope the pre-orders for the series are doing well in Japan. That's, I guess, the only hope us fans have left. I guess he's going to have to hire more labor. Or is he going to do the labor himself? I mean, I could see why he wouldn't want her to handle this, because then her hands are going to get a lot more rougher. Yeah, I hope so either, Daniel Witz, because if they do, this series is fucked. If they do something that absurd, it'd be way too quick. That could actually break the series, Daniel Witz, because at that point, if they'd introduce all females at once, at that point, all those females would be introduced just for the sake of having female characters and not for the sake of giving them any real development. That'd just be the sake of just expanding his harem, and that's it. That's why I hope they don't blow their load and doing too much at once. Because some anime have a tendency of doing that. Not saying all of them do, but some of them do, Daniel Witz. But I like this bit of character development for our boy because it shows you how much he wants to make sure that Roxanne's hands don't get worn the hell out. It's subtle, but that is some real character development there. I mean, hey, good things come to those who wait, though. I'm sure he can whip one up eventually. I'm not saying he'll be able to do it right now, but it doesn't feel like it'd be beyond his capabilities. I don't know about that. Looks a little bit too small, but then again, I guess size isn't everything. Honestly, so far out of all the episodes in the series, this one feels like it's the most slowest paced. It's not necessarily awful, but and not saying that everything in this episode is all bad. It just feels like it's the slowest paced episode of Harem and the Labyrinth of Another World. I could see that happening too, Daniel Witz. I mean, yes, it's understandable that a bath would be essential. I just wonder if it's essential to show all this stuff on screen, though. Just part of me would rather see him explore other areas or explore the labyrinth, instead of him going shopping around. I don't know, that's just to me. Oh, yes! All right, Labyrinth stuff. Finally. Oh. I mean, okay. I guess there's that. In that case, you wouldn't need to actually gather the flower then at that rate. Just keep on slaying those creatures and keep that stuff rolling. Kind of damn shame though, they take their time with our boy shopping, but they don't show a lot of the Labyrinth stuff this episode. It's like, I'd rather see more of the Labyrinth stuff. I hope for the same too, Danny Witz. That's why this episode seems a little bit slower paced to me. It doesn't feel so exciting because it's just the stuff they're doing. I would rather see more exploration than this. I would hope I'm not the only one feeling this way, but if I am, then I don't mind either. I'm just gotta air out my honest feelings. I mean, it is cute seeing that reaction shot, though. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's used to seeing her mouth with white stuff, though. No, I want her. I want to see that because, yeah, it kind of looks like she has cum in her mouth, even though we know that's not the case. Oh, yes! Finally, a fight! Woo! A big one. What? What? Why? No, seriously, why build up something that cool and just rush it like that? This episode feels insanely slow and insanely quick simultaneously. It's like, it feels completely unbalanced. This might be the first episode of the series I don't enjoy. Hope this episode can pick up its slack in the second half. Spiral Matt, sup? I wonder, did you enjoy this episode? I'm not really the biggest fan of this episode so far. Because the amount of action it's had... No, I like that trait where she's not complaining. It's just like the amount of action it's had, it's either rushed through it or given it still animation. Okay, they better show off this fight. This sheep looks epic. Well, she has been accustomed to fighting before, Spiral Matt. So it's reasonable that she'd be a natural in fighting. Which is nice. Oh, Daryl. This creature never stood a chance. Oh. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, it's actually doing something. Daryl. Okay, we got some tension. About time. Whoa. Okay, now this is what I was waiting for. Okay. Looks like the second half is going to make up for the first half. Tension. This battle actually has some decent choreography. It's actually nice seeing him like go between healing and attacking. Now that is nice. Okay, decent. Yeah, I mean, even though, yeah, this fight against the sheep wasn't that great, at least it was better than the previous fight. He looked like he was sleeping because he was probably hit with something he wasn't familiar with before. Oh, so it's called a beep sheep. Fitting considering they were going up against the sheep. I'm not going to blame him for him lowering his guard because he didn't know what he was dealing with. But hey, it's good that at the very least he acknowledges the mistakes, though he doesn't want to make the same mistake twice. I like this bit because it further reinforces to Roxanne how precious she is to him. Now, this is more of the stuff I like to see from the series. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate the slice of life genre, it's just that when you're an isekai anime, I'd rather see more of the exploration of the isekai world than slice of life stuff, because it's an isekai. Whoa, that thing... Okay, that thing looks a little bit over... No, actually, no, it doesn't look overkill. He's going to have a harm eventually. If anything, that thing might actually be a little bit too small for him eventually. He might have to actually order a bigger tub when all is said and done. Because that definitely is not going to cut it once he has his full harm of... Oh, beautiful, beautiful harm members. Well, yeah, we all know what the tub is meant for, Spiral Matt. Now the question is, are they going to use it this episode, or are they not going to use it? All right, so in the mood. Roxanne's probably wondering what in the world our boy is doing. Just with the look on her face. It's cute, though. I don't think that's perverted, though. Actually, you know what? I guess you could say he's a little perverted, so I do like how he's self-aware, because, yeah, some of his thoughts, like when he was first gawking at Roxanne, he was a little bit perverted, so I guess you could say that's a good thing that at least he acknowledges his pervertedness. I mean, he's a warm-blooded young buck, though. It's natural for him to be having those thoughts. They can't have kids anyway, because the Roxanne filler did say that Roxanne, he can have as much sex as he wants with her without having to worry about her having children, because they'd be incompatible with each other. So they're not going to have kids, Roxanne and Kaga. They would have to adopt one. Or Arbo would have to have a kid with another person. But he wouldn't be... Physiologically, he wouldn't be able to have a child with Roxanne, though. Because the guy that sold Roxanne did say he can have as much sex as he wants with her. Unless magic... I mean, then again, there's always magic. Magic can change things. Yep, the image is quite, it's quite powerful. Woo! Now, this is the type of experimentation I can get behind. If it works, it works. Who fucking cares? As long as it gets the job done. But the image is being displayed, though, Sparrow Matt. Which version are you watching? I'm watching the uncensored. Well, you should watch the uncensored version, which is what I'm doing. I'm watching the uncensored version. That way you don't have to worry about the little boxes. I even like the amount of detail in her opite tip. Like those little creases. Damn, even like the way the bubbles are animated. Like they have even shitting under the bubbles. Because sometimes you would see bubbles on females' bodies in anime or in ecchi. And whenever there's bubbles, sometimes you don't even see shading under the bubbles. Here you see those little details. And you even see sweat. Yo, that is nice! Yes! Now, this is a beautiful right here. This is art when it comes to the animation quality. My goodness, yo! All right. This second half right here is actually pretty enjoyable. If it wasn't for the second half, this episode would not have been good. But this second half is redeeming the episode for me. For me, at least. At least so far. I could see why you get annoyed by the bubbles. I hope it gets a season 2 also, Daniel. I'm pretty sure he'll put in a kiss eventually, Spiral Nat, for good measure. We just gotta be patient. First time he hugs her with the bubbles all over her body. Sure, boy, sure. No, I think they need to engage even closer. Well, I get the feeling he's exaggerating shit. Not that I mind, though. There it is. Oh, boy. Wow, now that I think about it, he really does have a lot of muscles on his body. I actually never really paid attention to his body before. Hey, as long as they don't censor the body parts down, I'm not gonna be that pissed. You know? But yeah, I really do wish they didn't censor the dirty words, though, on Crunchyroll's website. Whoa! She certainly has a max amounts of thirst if she's willing to do it anytime. Oh. Whoa! I mean, it makes sense that Roxanne would eventually lose her passivity, and eventually that'd be converted to assertiveness and even aggressiveness. I mean, with the amount of times he shot his basketball instead of her hoop, yeah, it'd venture to guess that eventually she would be wanting and looking forward to this a lot more often. You know, I'm kind of surprised on that too. I thought for a second we were going to see more thirst from Kaga, Spiral Matt. Good. Finally! Woo! Whoa! Damn! She's gotten much more proficient at utilizing that tongue. Shit, I wouldn't mind seeing how she utilizes her tongue when she licks on her boy's burrito. No, burrito. Like, seriously, I wonder how proficient her tongue abilities are. Oh, yes! Yes! More horror members. That's finally! All right, I love the sound of that. All right. Oh, sup, Ghost? Hope you're having a good day right now. Yeah, I read the chat all the time, Randy. Right? The only time I don't read the chat is when it's a super action-oriented anime. Then I don't look at the chat that much. Or if it's an reaction where I don't think it's going to get a lot of views, I don't read the chat either, because then I think it's pointless. Like, if I think a video is going to get like at least 80, 100 views, and I'll read the chat. If I think it's going to get like anything less than 10, then I don't bother looking at the chat. So it just depends. Although usually, though, this series does well for my channel, so I usually do look at the chat when I react to episodes of this series. Usually. Not saying all the time, but I usually do. Oh, hello, Randy, right? There you go. I said your name. They really do spiral on that. But anyways, here's what I'm going to rate this episode. The first half wasn't good, but the second half was. So if I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being not, to 10 being exceptional, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. It was average, because as much as I did like the second half of the episode, I'm not going to ignore the fact that the first half did rush things. But in saying that, it was entertaining. It was entertaining as hell. But first, let me start out with the negatives before I'll get on to the positives, though. The reason why this episode lagged in the first half was because it rushed through a lot of fights that they really should have, at the very least, given a bit more emphasis, because this episode emphasized that they were going to encounter bosses. So I was like, oh, yeah, we're going to see him go up against cool-looking fights. And then this episode disappointed when it rushed through those fights that they build up. So at least gave a good amount of build up towards. That's what really did this episode in for me in the first half. And then we see our boy dedicates so much time to just buying something that he can use as a bath. I really feel like they could have just breezed through that shit easily, and they could have put more emphasis on the fights. Like they really should have, because it's like, come on now. Let's just be honest with y'all. Who watches this series to see Kaga and Roxanne shop? Fucking no one! No one watches this series for that. We watch the series for sex and action and exploration. None of that, oh yeah, we'll go shopping. Bullshit. No one watches this series for that. So the first time having that made it fucking dull. Second half was good though. No, I'm not bullying you, Randy. No, I'm saying that this episode wasn't good in the first half. Second half was good though. So I'm not bullying you, Randy. I'm talking about the episode. But yeah, let's just be real. People watch this series for the action and sex and exploration. You don't watch this for shopping. Oh no, I'm not bullying. I'm just mentioning why people watch the anime. The thing is, though, Ghost Tab, those type of PRRNOs, they actually make sense to have shopping because they're linking those up to the H-scenes. But yeah. There's no bullying going on, Randy. I'm mentioning why the episode is, the first half wasn't good. Because it wasn't good. I'm not bullying you. I'm talking about the anime. But yeah. That's my issue with it. Now, in saying that the second half was good, I thought the battle against the big sheep was actually good. And at least they had some animation there. I do love the intimate moments between Roxanne and Kaga. Seeing the first time experiencing a bath with soap was actually really good. I was like, all right, we're seeing them do things together to mix up their spicy, sex-filled lifestyle. That's what I liked. It makes sense, too. So that's why I thought the second half was good. If second half felt relevant towards everything our boy did. Yes, it's not some pacing issues, but for the most part, I enjoyed the second half. That's why I thought it was well done. And also, from an animation standpoint, even though they did fuck up the fight scenes, save for the scenes against the sheep, they did a good job animating the sheep fight. But yeah, and also they did a good job animating the sex. I feel like they could have probably spiced up the animation a little bit more in a few places and sub bits in the episode, but it wasn't terrible though. I'd say there are more moments that were pleasant to look at than the polar opposite. Voice acting was great as always. And that's why overall, if I had to rate the episode overall on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, 10 being exceptional, it's straight up a 5 out of 10. It's average. It wasn't terrible, but it could have been better, for sure. And yeah, that's my thoughts on the episode. Yeah, she did do the cleaning really damn good. Well, you gotta, as far as that, for that to happen, you gotta romance someone, and then you can potentially get that. Well, that too goes down. There's an option of also paying up front. Well, I already mentioned another problem, Spiral Matt. The first half was meh. Second half was good. So that's overall. I thought it was an average episode. Now, if it wasn't for the second half, this episode would have been dog shit. Thankfully, the second half existed. But anyways, right before I go, though, because I'm reacting to my stepmother's daughter as my ex's newest episode. So I got to prep up for that. But before I go, though, let me just say thank you very much to Spiral Matt, Ghost Tab. Damn. Well, I hope the bullying it occurs less often, Randy. I hope you the best way of dealing with it might be to sometimes talk to an adult. That might be the best way of handling it. And also, thank you very much, Ryan, all the account for comments on the live chat too. Yeah, pretty much Johnny Wits. Second half stated, because without the second half, it would have been a bad episode. But due to the second half, the episode was average. It was okay. So thank goodness for the second half. But again, also thank you very much to Daniel Witz, Spiral Matt, Randy Wright, Ghost Tab, and also I'll say thank you to Ryan Olicomp. Oof, yeah, those are rough. Hopefully those type of conflicts fall, Randy. And yeah, thank y'all very much for watching. Hope y'all rate it, share it, comment, subscribe, because I'll be reacting to the next episode whenever it releases. And have a great day or night, y'all. That's true, Spiral Matt. But anyways, bye-bye, y'all.